The Sam Berkman Show on WHBC, live from Goodyear. We talked to the voice of the tribe, Tom Hamilton, and Hammy, good to see you as always. And I know you're excited for another year of tribe baseball and ready to have that, aren't you?
Yeah, we really are, Sam. Good to get it going. Good to have you folks out here, and yeah, you know, it's you're always optimistic this time of the year, and I think with good reason.
Off season was sort of quiet for the most part. We thought we were going to get some guys back healthier than they are going to be now. I don't know what kind of adjustments the tribe makes early in the preseason, but the fact that they're down a couple of notches because of injury kind of makes the process a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, injuries are part of it. You're going to have to deal with it. What you just can't afford to have are the debilitating injuries to your impact players like the Indians had a year ago, and obviously they've lost Grady for who knows how long. And I guess if there's any silver lining in that, and I don't know that there is, at least you know it now, and you've got the ability to prepare for the season, not expecting to have Grady size more, but that's the only good thing that comes of that. But yeah, I mean, I think like any other ball club, if this club is ravaged by injuries, you know, then it's hard to win.
Mm-hmm. But being how Manny is, he always looks for the positive out of it, and if somebody goes down, hey, no excuses. Somebody's got to step up, and I think that the team has kind of taken on that personality.
I agree, and you know what? That's the way it has to be. You have to control what you can control, and if you remember in 07, that ball club had some hurdles to overcome as well, starting with a blizzard on opening day and playing games in Milwaukee that were supposed to be home games, and you know what? Nobody cares what your problems are, and you're going to have to be able to get beyond that and move forward.
How many spring trainings has it been now for you Indians between here and Winter Haven?
Yeah, 23. Started in Tucson, moved to Winter Haven. Now we're back in the desert. So yeah, it's been a great run, and we've been very fortunate.
What's your favorite location?
You mean the major leagues? Oh boy, it's a good question. They all had their pluses. I mean, it's hard to beat this complex right now, and the easy commute. What made Florida attractive was that you're much closer to home in the same time zone and whatnot. And then for me, Tucson was the first one, so that's always pretty special.
Okay. Favorite away park for you?
You know, Fenway. It would be hard to top Fenway just because, you know, it's like walking into a museum every time you walk in there, and you know, you're doing games that, you know, was where Ted Williams played, all of the greats down through the years. So Fenway, of the new ballparks, you know, I still really like Seattle. Part of it's the park, part of it's the city. I think Minnesota has a beautiful new ballpark. You know, the thing of it is now, Sam, there aren't any bad ballparks. You know, it's practically everybody has a new park except the Oakland A's.
Voice of the Tribe, Tom Hamilton, joining us here on WHBC. A couple days ago, MLB came out with the ruling they're going to add a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on that?
I think it's
good.
Good? Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, we still have fewer teams in the playoffs than any of the pro sports organizations, so you haven't watered down the regular season. And I think the other thing that's good, Sam, it puts, you know, a lot more emphasis on winning the division title. Nobody wants to get into a one-game sudden death playoff. You know, too many goofy things can happen, and even if you win that, you're really hamstrung going into the first round of the playoffs because of the pitchers that you've had to use just to get that one-game win. So I think that's what's good. I think winning the division title should mean more than it has in the past, and I think it's really going to add some drama to kickstart the baseball playoffs.
Tommy, who do you think would be ask you for a couple of key guys this year to step up or surprise some people? Like people are talking about Chisenhall, Kimbrels, you know, their sophomore year, so to speak. Who are you looking at to do that?
Well, you know, there aren't a whole lot of new guys, you know, that are going to have a chance to make this team, maybe outside of some of the people now that you brought in for left field. But Ryan Spilborghs is a veteran, so you kind of know what he'll give you. I think Aaron Cunningham is kind of a wild card. He really hasn't put it all together in his career yet. So I think more importantly for the Indians, it's going to be Ken Ubaldo Jimenez. Get back to being the guy that he was 2 years ago with the Colorado Rockies. And, you know, does Derek Lowe have anything left? Or was last year really telling on his season in Atlanta? Because this team will go simply as far as its starting pitching takes them.
What about a guy like Ezekiel Carrera with the outfield situation the way it is? We don't know if Shelley's going to be playing it out in left field because of the injury. Guys like Michael Brantley got to produce outfield wise. What do you look for there?
Well, I think it's going to be tough for Carrera. He would just have to blow you away this spring to move Michael Brantley back to left. I don't see that happening. And and then a guy like Carrera really doesn't bring you any kind of power whatsoever. People can't forget when Grady came back last year initially and was healthy, he really jump-started the offense. And this is a ball club that needs some additional power, so I think it's going to be tough for him to make this ball club. But I think it's a big year for Michael Brantley. It's time for Michael Brantley to maybe become the star that people envision.
Tom Hamilton joining us. We'll be calling the games with Jim Rosenhaus this season. Have you had a chance to catch up with Mike at all since?
Oh yeah, we talk in the off season. He's enjoying retirement and being with the family, and we'll really miss Mike, no question about it.
And how was your off season? You did some college hoops?
Took the winter off.
Did you?
First time in 20 years, and
wow.
I found out that retirement isn't that bad. So really enjoyed my time with the family.
Awesome. Hammy, thank you so much, and we'll see you the rest of the week. Thank you.
All right, Sam, thanks for having us.
You got it.